All right. So this is gonna be the first recording of a meeting that's gonna be held on 11/10/19. Go over some baseline stuff for the U.S. Marshal Services are possibly may be changing. It may be changing entirely. Because there's been a lot of reports and or stuff about the U.S. Marshals I'm hearing a lot about, and that's I'm not happy for. Instead of punishing the entire group and just punishing everybody just blatantly, what I'm going to do is I've brought up a list stuff that's going to change with the U.S. Marshal Services to make it a little bit better, and I will adhere to you guys' feedback on what you think with questions at the end. So let's get this started. So number one, we always had so marshals need to respect other divisions. If you don't, you get removed. That's been one of the golden rules we've been having on marshals. Is one of the biggest is the golden rule: respect to the divisions, to show respect to each other. A lot of that happened with Eamon. He broke two of those golden rules, and then he ended up getting talked to about them, and he got blacklisted for them. Because the fact is, the golden rule is broken. So that was to be an example. Don't step on toes and try to be respectful as best you can. If there's a stuff you seen you want to help out with, say SRU, you want to help out with them, just ask them to help if you can help. Don't get in the way. Don't obviously break your policies and all that just to deal with them. If they do something you don't like, take it up with me and we'll deal with it. Don't just talk shit or anything like that. Because that's the biggest thing when I have in marshals is respecting other people. If I hear that about you, I'm gonna look into it once. I keep hearing it, then I'm just gonna deal with it. There's not many chances I give for that golden rule. Once it's broken, you're gone. Easy peasy. And the golden rule is pretty much a blacklist, unless you show me that you've changed or there's something has been is different. Because I'm not gonna have you in the U.S. Marshals if you're gonna step on toes and just generally piss off people. Because you get because when I look into bringing in supervisors and all that, if you apply for it or just people bring in general, I look reputation is one of the things I look into. Do you have a good reputation? Do you have a mingy reputation? Do you have a reputation of not following orders, not listening, talking shit? All that goes into when you come and become a U.S. Marshal and how I look towards you. Number two, being a smartass or to other divisions or talking shade to them is not allowed. I understand if you got your buddies who shit talking each other, that when terms fine, but no, they're gonna be your buddy then. You're gonna do that too. You're not gonna do it to some random that's talking shit towards or shade because it's not gonna how it's gonna roll. That's just gonna cause problems. People are gonna come arguing. One time there was a big ass argument between who was better, U.S. Marshals or SRU. I don't care. We're both divisions for both different places. SRU is mainly for stuff for dealing with scene command and priority with TAC, and we are genuinely support units on scenes and help as additional trained units. So all divisions have their spot and place they are at, and that is good. That's what we want to be. We want to be the friendly unit that helps them out. Hell, if we get good reputation with everybody, we could pretty much, if Cat needs help on a scene with push it in for federal, they can call us up. We'll help them out, no problem. Same with SAU. They want extra units. Marshals can be as a backup unit. Uh, any unit that requires federal or want us to be a bigger support to them, they just call us and we'll help out. That's the biggest thing being a marshal. I wanted to make it too. We are a higher trained unit that can help out on multiple scenes, multiple array of scenes. That's why when you get through the interview, the question that you're asked, the trick question, that's what it is to be U.S. Marshal, to be able to think outside that box, to be able to solve a problem with a minimum amount of resources you have. How to solve something by thinking, not just by brute forcing it. Number three, I will be rethinking the training documents to make sections for relations. Obviously, relations with divisions and all that. I guess since it's not been sinking in that well, since what I've been noticing, I'm going to put a section over the training for it. Since obviously we need it. There is civilian just kit and civilian, which is civilian interaction training. But I think I'm also going to put a um, OIT, officer interaction training, so we can actually deal with how we can deal with other units and other divisions straight up. Because this being smartass and just fighting back at them is not gonna work. It'll be basically a training that will show you be respectful to them, even if they go off on you. You're not gonna go off on them. You're gonna just take it, report it to your chain of command, and we'll get it taken care of. Because it's better if you just report it rather than fire back at them. Instead, they start saying like, oh, they start screaming at you, U.S. Marshals are shit. Don't say, oh, well, your division is shit. No, just tell me who did it, jot a name down, and get back to me, and I can deal with it. I can talk to the heads of their divisions and get the shit sorted. Because obviously, if I'm working my guys not to do it. Their guys are not going to do it back to me. If they do that back to me, then without us provoking it, then there's going to be a problem, and I will definitely make sure that is a problem that's going to get fixed. Uh, when on duty as U.S. Marshal, like I said, you are a normal unit with higher training. So don't be acting like a base trooper or a cadet when on duty in my department. You guys are supposed to be the cream of the crop. You guys are supposed to be the ones that I brought in here because the fact is, you guys did good somewhere, and I thought you could do good, and you show off my division well. You do good by just following your policies in all ways, and you just genuinely always keep that in mind when you are on my department. So, like I said, you guys are the cream of the crop. When you get brought into the marshal services, you're held to a way higher standard. Like I obviously expect on certain stuff you think more and make a very good judgment call on a lot of stuff you do. A lot of the stuff can be even say dealing with certain situations within like a call you're being brought to, knowing when to pull your gun, how to calm down a situation, not just add on to a problem. All that stuff can be meaning into the marshal services. Like I said, you guys are um, better trained and better way to think outside the box rather than just immediately brute force. So you guys got to keep that in mind when you're on here, because I want, like I said, I want you guys. I like proud. Even though one night I saw like there was 9 of you guys on, I was proud as hell. Says U.S. Marshals up there, boy. We actually pushing harder than the other divisions, and we showing off our tags. That's good. I love that. So, like I said, show me you guys are really good and not just like troopers or baseline cadets with just a U.S. Marshal tag and specialty uniform. So, show me you guys doing good, and you guys will get rewarded. Like I said, for stuff you guys did good, I do reward you guys. I'll try to get more stuff for you guys. Adhere uniform policy with some new stuff, or just genuinely will take suggestions from you guys and try to see what I can do to make it better. But if you guys start doing horribly in certain aspects, I do restrict a lot. I am starting to restrict some shit because you guys just keep abusing it. So for a while there was people like suggestions about like the MP female ped. I heard that for a while. I told you guys to hold up on it since I'm trying to get everything done first. That was low priority. I got a new vehicle for the supervisors that will be pushed once it gets a skin, which Nix needs to template it. Um, Once it gets a skin, I will make it for marked. Is going to be all in normal Marshall, so you'll be able to use them vehicles, but they have to be marked. Senior will be able to get the unmarked Crown Vic. Um, I will go ahead and make that in the policy today after I do this meeting. So we'll be able to have that afterwards. I'll just have to get that written up, and I will do a at when it is in effect. Well, it should be in effect after this, but guys, don't be stupid with it. If you were a sergeant on, you know your uh, illegal colors. Obviously, no matte on any cars. No matte. And the only color that is not banned from the banned color list is red. So you can use all the other colors that are legal within the GSP's policy, and then red is unlocked for you guys. Just keep in mind, if I see seniors using stupid colors, I will put it back to where you guys are required to use marked again. Like I said, I give you guys some choices, and I try to be a little lenient with you guys. But when I do like Nix's theory though, one person fucks it fucks it up for everybody. I do like that. So that's how I'm gonna run it. So yeah, seniors are gonna get unmarked Crown Vic. Supervisors are going to be just like I said, baselined on that Suburban. And then if we ever get the Cadillac out, then obviously the Cadillac is going to go from um, the Cadillac will be shifted to Suburbans. Will be no Cadillac will be shifted to supervisors, and the Suburban we moved down to senior. So later on when we get the cars we get, it's going to be like I said, deputy is going to have the Crown Vic marked, senior is going to get the Crown Vic unmarked, Suburban, and then supervisor is going to get the Cadillac, or I might, we'll see when we get to that point. But I try to see what I can do for you guys. Uh, Failure to follow GSP policy can get you a strike on marshals and/or restart on the base GSRP2. So, say you get yourself a strike or a restart. Restart's obviously meant to help you, but if you get a strike, say if you're on duty as marshals at the time, and I see something in that strike I didn't like you did, or someone report that for that, you will probably receive it on your marshal record too. And three, you can't appeal those. So three, you're out, just plainly. So keep that in mind, guys. So follow your base policies whenever you're doing your marshals. Follow your base policies. Only thing that you guys really have the choice to do, you guys don't have to respond to 1099s if you don't want to, but it's obviously recommended. And obviously, a lot of the priorities, it's your choice if you want to respond to it or not. But like I said, just follow your base policies, and you won't have a problem. Number 6, taking control of things. Just because I'm a U.S. Marshal does not mean I control whatever I want, whatever that moves with a felony. So there's been an attitude that's been like straight up like, I'm a U.S. Marshal, I can do whatever I want. No, that's not how it's supposed to be rolling on here. You guys are supposed to be the ones that are less like that. You're like, yeah, here it's your scene. Do you need me? What can I help you with? What can I do to help this scene out? Like, you guys need to be the more not taking control of everything fucking vividly possible, and just say, hey, I'm here to help. I want to help. What can I do? Like I said, we can't take over anything because that's SRU's main thing. So what we're gonna do, like I said, we're hire trained units to help out a scene to go as smoothly as possible. We're the cool-headed feds that are coming in and say, hey, we're here. You need us? Call us. We'll get this done. So I don't want to be hearing just because I'm a U.S. Marshal, I'm taking control of something. No. You want to take control honestly? Just say, hey, do you mind if I can take this because I'm a U.S. Marshal? If they say no, you need to respect that. Don't just say, oh well, I'm pissed off now. No. If they say no, then obviously yeah, you just you're a support unit then. But if they say sure, then be smart with it. Keep your head on straight. Don't fucking get all bugged out just because they gave it to you and then you don't know what to do. So if you're gonna ask for the responsibility of the scene, be responsible with it and think. Don't just take it and be like, it's not gonna work. So I get told that because I got people that will come up to me and say, hey, your marshal told us he's a U.S. Marshal. He tried to clear us off a scene where he wasn't even scene command of it. Like, okay, they give me a name and I'll go deal with it. So keep in mind, I have people that come tell me about certain people. So don't be trying to be slick and try to get away from certain stuff, because it will come back to bite you on the ass, and you won't like it when it comes back to bite you. Because more of the times, if I come up to you and if I come up to you with something and you straight up try to deny it or just make a bullshit reasoning, I will just straight remove you and possible blacklist. But if I come to you and you admit to it and say you're gonna help out or change or something like that, or you need help, then I'm gonna be a little bit more lenient with you. But come up with a bullshit excuse, I'm just gonna remove you, easy peasy. Like, I'm not letting this shit, because the federal division's got to already be taken care of as best I can. So it's got to be make sure I don't get drove to the ground. The senior rank will now be changing to an application. After the 6 days of seasoning period you're required to do, and you're doing your work logs, you can apply for the position. If you apply and get it, man the fuck up and stop being stupid. Senior means you are seasoned and you are a senior. You know what to know what the hell you're doing. So I shouldn't see seniors me making the same. Now that's going to be an app. I shouldn't see seniors making the same mistake as a normal marshal would, or breaking policy. I shouldn't be seeing that with a senior. You've always been here for the 6 days. You've put your application in. You've been accepted for a senior position. You should know what you're doing. With also that, you're going to be held to a higher standard now. Well, you already were, but now it's going to be guaranteed. So if you guys are breaking policy and all that with GSP or marshals, something's going to happen here. It's either going to be could be um, they could say, well, give you a warning this time, or it could be a straight strike. I mean, if it's super bad, they'll have to come with me about straight removing you. But if it's get to the point where they want to give straight up strike because you're being stupid, then obviously I ain't gonna have a problem with it. All they gotta do is put that strike thing in there, and I'll check mark it. Um, yeah. So senior marshal is a seniority rank, so you guys should be being smart if you are a senior. I don't just put people in a position just gonna put it in it because the fucking I feel like they're just because I want them there. I also put them there because I feel like they're gonna do a good job. So also, for more of the application for the senior marshal, it is the start of a supervisor rank, meaning you're going to be able to help out with their marshals, you're going to help out your probationaries, you're going to lead by example. If they have any questions, I want you guys to be chain of command. Follow up to say they ask a question in the general chat. I want you to hop up and say, "Hey, yeah, you have a problem? Here, let me help you out." So we don't bog the supervisors down that are mainly helping out with trainings and interviews and all that. So we want to kind of alleviate, we want to throw around the responsibility. We're going to level everybody out so they each have a part. So I want my seniors to start stepping up to do that. If you honestly don't want to do that, then tell me. I'll put you down to a marshal. No harm, no foul. You're good. You just want to be here to have the shotgun. That's it. Then yeah, you can be a marshal. I don't care. But if you want to start helping people in the Discord and all that, talking to people, they ask questions about the marshals or something like that, then yeah, be a supervisor. I mean, a senior, and then just help out. Generally, if you show good and make an application for a supervisor, and I see you are straight up doing what you're supposed to be doing, helping out people and all that, you'll get it. You'll get up pretty fast if you show me you actually want to do work and all that. But if you put the application, I see you're not doing anything really. You're just running marshals, but you're not doing anything. Then obviously you're not going to be looked at really. You're going to maybe be held back a couple of weeks for I haven't seen them do anything. So, and I won't just off my record. I'll go off to my supervisors and associate and my director, see what if they've seen them, how they're doing, or stuff like that. Uh, Supervisors, if you apply for the rank, you do your job and don't be stupid. Guys, there's a couple times where I've seen situations happen with supervisors, and they literally are just like they're acting just like a marshal. They're trying to get away with certain stuff. They're not sure of certain stuff. At the start, when you get your marshal tag, you get told if you have any questions, talk to me, give me a message. I'm always open. I don't care. As long as you don't just message me, hey Gardus, and then that's it. Say, hey Gardus, I have a problem with da 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 da. Can you help me with it? Like, I will tell you, I will help you out as best I can. Um, but yeah, so you just don't be acting stupid as a supervisor, because now you're getting full blown supervision. You're helping with interviews, doing training, which I'm not too strict on it. I'm not too strict on activity. If you have real life stuff going on, I'm not going to be that strict. I understand fully. So people that have been messaging me, sorry for inactivity, you're fine, dude. You guys are fine. As long as I show you guys are here, even if you patrol for like 1 day at a time, I'm not gonna mind. You can even ask Sheldon. He goes through a lot. I don't care. As long as he's here, he helps me out. I don't care. I'm very lenient with that stuff. I understand real life comes first, and I'm a big guy for that. Uh, and the last one is I've had from my associates. Don't just patrol at the airfield, guys. Honestly, um, you guys don't have to stay at the airfield 24/7. If you guys stay at the airfield 24/7, you actually can cause attention to yourself, and people will try to fuck with you purposely. You can actively patrol around, look for people that are speeding, suspicious people, help out other units on traffic stops for if they are felonies and all that. For if say if there's two people on one stop against one officer, you can become there as a backup unit for security for him. If you feel like it could go south for him or you feel fear for him, you can help out. Um, Look for people that are committing a felony. So if you need questions, say, hey, what do I do as active patrol around AOP? So I do is I check the airfield every once in a while. I'll check it and then just go back to patrolling around looking for people, make sure everybody's doing what they're doing. Hell, I pull over people for security checks, for speeding, for felony speeding, stuff like that, just to be able to make sure they're on topic. If they do like a hit and run on a local, I'll still pull them over and say, dude, what was that? Or anything that's within the felony status or security check. So keep that in mind, guys. Um, so that's what. I'll go to open it to Shrimp real quick, and he can kind of explain it a little bit better on that situation about the whole thing with the airfield, since he's obviously seen a little bit more. He knows a little bit more about it. So I'll go ahead and open up for Shrimp.
Of course. So, of course, right as I get to talking, I'm. All right, there we go. So, I mean, basically what Gar just said. Um, it's kind of jank seeing a bunch of cars at the airfield. Um, because it gets pointed out in Discord gallery. That's how I found it personally. Is in the main server gallery, a random citizen, like weirdo rando, um, put it up and was like, "What in the world?" So that's where this sort of thing came from. You guys don't have to be sitting at the airfield all day. I mean, by all means, yes, have someone there if you want to, but don't have like 40 people there. I understand for like one time meme, take a photo, and then but then after that, be done with it. Don't just sit around there at the airfield because I mean, as Gardress is saying, it does attract attention, and it doesn't look really professional and good on our part, especially now that we have like the Suburban and the Crown Vic, and they're all unmarked or whatever, and they're all just sitting at an airfield. It kind of looks like you're security or something. Um, just kind of spread out a little bit. You guys can go on and actively like drive down highways. You don't have to be locked at one place. Put on your radar, sit on side of the highway, and wait for people to felony speed because 9 out of 10 times you're gonna get someone who's felony speeding, and go from there. There's tons of roleplay. You guys don't have to sit in an airfield all day.
Nah. Unless Sheldon, you want to add anything on that subject?
No, I'm good.
All right.
I think you pretty much covered everything.
Yeah. Last one is that kind of Razor and Shrips. Like I said, they've acted on this as well. Spread out, guys. I do have thing in your policy that you are not restricted in North and South R2 if they do split. For in case of you guys need to respond to something in North that other marshals need help. But since now I'm getting a crap ton of marshals on duty and all that, if you guys don't start spreading yourself out, I will disable that rule for you guys, and then whatever RTO you get put into, you are required to stay. So please do me the favor of sorting yourself out with knowing how many officers are on one side and all that, and obviously what need more help on the bottom. So keep that in mind with the ratios and all that. Because if you guys don't want to follow that, I will take that out, and you guys won't like it that I take it out. Because then if it's all boring in the south, and there's one in north, and you don't have anything to do, then that's your bad. So keep it spread out, guys, and there shouldn't be a problem with it. And I'll keep the rule active. All right, so it's time if you want to go ahead and if you want to talk or have a question, just put your unit number in the channel, and I'll let you turn basically you can talk. So if you do have one, ask a question. All right, go ahead, 380.
Alright, I just have a quick question because about like the security check thing. So we could just like pull someone over and be like, just kind of like check their vehicle and like if they have any illegal immigrants or anything of that kind. Is that what you're referring to, or just like overall just checking them or?
Okay, so in the mindset I had for security checks, if somebody's acting suspicious or you feel like something is kind of wrong with this person, you can you have the ability to pull them over, check for ID, check if they have any warrants or wants or anything like that, and do some routine security checks. Say, sir, okay, the reason I'm pulling you over today is because you've been acting a little bit suspicious. I want to make sure I run your stuff, make sure you come back clean. If you come back clean, I'm just gonna let you off with I'm just gonna let you off. So security checks is mainly just checking into them, see what's going on, ask them some questions. Hey, sir, what are you doing around this area? What are you doing? Just to see what we can figure out what's going on with them.
All right, thank you.
211, go ahead.
I just have something to add, guys. If you guys can just like go over your responding doc a little bit and know what you can respond to and what you cannot to, that'll probably help you out a little bit more. And if you need like help on like something that you learned during training, I'll be more than happy to refresh you on something.
Yeah, like I said, you guys have the supervisors here, so it don't always have to come up to me. You can try to see what's if you need help, go with the supervisors and follow the chain of command. Um, but yes, if you and even mostly all this stuff, what you if you want to know what something else we could do, if you have some ideas, just set them up the chain. I'll definitely listen to you guys and I try to help out as best I can with adding suggestions in. Like the security checks, I got actually from a cat since they do them, so I thought, hey, that'd be cool if we can do them. Just a whole bunch of stuff. I try to give you guys as much things you can do on duty, so it's just not boring. Like generally, so you can do a lot more. Even as what we have right now, it's actually I think it's pretty fun. Patrol with me, my marshal, because you can do a lot. You can sit, you can. You're not restricted like DNR. Like you can only respond to DNR calls or DNR entirely. You can actually do like you can respond to any 32 request. If they need backup, you can come to it and give them help. So you're meant to be like a mass unit that can be used to help out in every situation. That's what I wanted you guys to be. 308, go ahead.
Alright, I got two. So first, are we allowed to breach with SRU if they're low on units? I feel like I've seen that before, but I just wanted to make sure with you or another command member.
Yes, if they are allowing you to say, "Hey, U.S. Marshal, can you come up here and help me?" Then you're fine. Just follow them like they're the scene command of it, though. If they telling you say they're gonna go left, you're gonna go right, then just follow it. That you can't force them to have call you in, but you can ask them if they're on scene. Hey, U.S. Marshal's on scene. If you need us, call us. We'll help you out in the scene.
Alright. Yeah, and then the second one is, um, I feel like I've heard you, or you have used it. What's it called? The goggles that like with the night vision. Is that just like a supervisor plus thing, or is that for anybody, or is it not allowed at all?
Uh, now it's not. That's actually one of my things I forgot to put on the topic. Thank you for reminding me. I'll just go ahead and put that on there. But I'll go ahead and revisit that in a second after. So,
All right.
uh, 512.
Yeah, I have three questions. The first is gonna be about the off-road vehicle. Is there gonna be any off-road vehicle for terrain like sandy shore, the back of the airfield, and stuff like that? Because the only vehicles we have right now is mostly for the normal, roads and etc. So it's a bit hard to drive on the off-road, to be honest.
So, no, we're not gonna get any big off-road vehicle because if the case you're having somebody that's doing that, I want you to be because I'm trying to become better relations with divisions. So if you need something like that, call DNR. They'll be able to help you out because I want to make sure we have good relations with them. And Martini wouldn't mind the extra things their DNR members can do. So, like I said, if they're online or someone's going off-road mass, so you need to catch up to them, you follow on the main road, and the DNR could follow them mainly. Or if say there's no DNR, you can always call Motors Dirt Bike. If someone's dirt bike cert, they can go on obviously and help out by keeping up with them.
Okay, the second question is gonna be about the supervisor uniform, because right now, I don't know why, but the like handcuffs are visible through the uniform that you're wearing as a supervisor. I mean the suit. Also on the winter version and on the summer version. Is it gonna be fixed, changed, or something like that, or is it gonna just stay like that?
That's something I can't really do. That's the just what what I'm available to do with uniform wise. That unless Nix adds something specialty in for certain badges and all that, that's nothing really I can do. That's just it's got a clip in certain spots. Sometimes you're just gonna have to suck it up because that's all I can really do.
Okay, and the last question is about uniforms too, but as you can know, the new lieutenant's uniforms looks so similar to the ours. So is it gonna be any change for the normal like marshals and senior marshals vests, or is it gonna be just the vest for the tactical uniform, like the new one?
I mean, I can look into that getting a new vest, but that's all really depends of how what I can talk to Nix about. I will see possibly, but it's on a low priority list right now. Uh, about getting maybe because that uniform, the style we have right now is what Nix wanted. That's what the Nix wanted the style of is of the cowboy type deal, the cowboy U.S. Marshal type deal, and I like that style, and we're gonna try to stick with that. We don't want to get too tech or too like just civil. We want to just be the cowboy for the main units and then the suits for the supervisors to be like a federal kind of like FBI with the suits. So you can dictate which are normal units and which are supervisors.
I mean, we can just change the color of the text on the vest to make it more brighter or to make it just yellow or something like that. Because literally, when there's like, fuck's sake, when there's like four people on scene and there's, for example, two lieutenants and two marshals, they look like pretty similar to each other with that like pretty same vest because they even have same text color on it.
Yeah. To answer that, I mean, I can talk with Nix. He sent me two of the Marshall vests so I could work on a tact ped. Um, by all means, I mean, I could probably go back in, maybe brighten up the colors to be a little bit more white because I did not make the vests. Those were all Peralta. Those were made before I came on the server. I can upgrade them a little bit and maybe um, shift around text, make some stuff a little bit larger, like U.S. Marshal, whatever, and change the color to be a little bit brighter. Maybe there's tons of stuff I'd have to work with Gardress on that, but I mean I can see about working on that for sure.
Okay, thank you. That's it.
Okay, and 371.
Will the Suburban ever be like available like, once we get the livery for like normal marshal or like senior marshal?
Senior Marshal probably not. Normal Marshal probably because the fact is it'll be I mean, you won't get an unmarked variant for any senior, but you will get. It'll be marked for. It'll when we get the when Nix has to learn a template, but if it ever gets its skin on it, then I will make it available for normal and senior to be marked. But you won't be able to. You guys won't be able to use it unmarked.
Alright, thank you.
407. Good.
All right, two questions. Is my mic good? Just want to make sure.
Yep.
Okay,
Hey, Fern.
fantastic. So Shrimp, you practically already answered my question, but I was going to go over the question anyway. Regarding the TAC, did we talk about whether we were going to eliminate or keep the TAC for Marshall, considering that SRU is a thing, and I know Gargis, you were telling me that it's a discussion that you and Nix had between debating whether SRU is more TAC heavy than compared to U.S. Marshal, but did we ever talk about whether we're keeping the TAC or not?
Yeah, I'll go.
Take
I'll
that
go
answer.
ahead and tell that right now. So what? I'll go ahead and do that right now since it's got brought up again. So, TAC uniform. Unfortunately, this could cause some people to be kind of sad or pissed. TAC uniform is going to be removed. So what's going to happen is we're going to break. The MP ped is going to be offline. Um, for the TAC, I'm gonna completely remove it from the policy and everything. But what we are going to have is going to be having a ped. There were some sneak peeks in the screenshot channel for U.S. Marshals. It's one I'm working with Shrimp. I got okayed by Nix, and we're gonna clean it up, make it look really pretty, and we're gonna bring it out when we get the chance to. But it is going to be changed. It's not gonna be senior marshal anymore. It's going to be a cert within the U.S. Marshals Division. It's going to require a little bit more training and more responsibility to be able to use that great ped. People that are going to be leading it up are going to be Shrimp and Sheldon are going to be leading up the TAC portion of the actual U.S. Marshals to help people go over maybe a training policy and or rules for when you have the TAC uniform on. The whole reason I wanted to remove it because the MP ped obviously distinction between U.S. Marshals and SRU and the distinction between a civilian and U.S. Marshals, because we were getting reports of friendly fire and all that. So the main reason why I wanted to get a ped for this, because obviously with that ped, even Shrimp can tell you're not gonna mistake that for a civilian.
No, you will
That thing
not.
has blatant yellow ass letters that says Police U.S. Marshal Services.
It looks like a cop. You will know instantly you see it that, oh, that is a cop.
Also, I had one more question. Regarding because you had mentioned it earlier about how you were getting questions about it, the female pet. That's pretty much all I was gonna say is the female pet. Did you ever think about putting that within the policy, or did you not?
Yeah, I could get
At
with
all.
Shrimp about we're gonna take out the TAC uniform spot and then put the MP female in there.
Yep.
Keep it.
So send me the stuff you've got that Gardress has approved when we were working on it, so I can
Right.
put that into the SOP when Gardress needs it.
All right, will do. Yeah, I have the templates and stuff saved, so I'll send it to you.
And keep in mind, guys, you guys were complaining a while there about using MP female. You guys got to think. I really don't really want clipping, but sometimes I can don't mind it, but it can't clip with the vest, and it has to make your badge visible. That's the biggest thing I want for that, and you're only gonna get a base deputy and senior uniform with it. You're not getting a supervisor uniform with MP female, so it has to show the badge and it shows the vest without a lot of clipping. So I gave you something that is what Shrimp and Dalvin did for me, and I thanked them for it. So I really didn't want to go through it, but they will go ahead and get that updated on the SOP for you guys to use. But keep in mind, like I said, there's going to be no supervisor pit for it, so I'm not going to make one because even Dalvin can probably tell you the females are kind of hard to really put a suit or anything formal on her.
Yeah, I tried to find a jacket and it didn't go my way. So, but to be honest, there's a lot of variation within the pets, so you guys should be pretty good with it. Hopefully, and if you're not, well, I'm sorry to tell you, but guards is probably the first one to tell you that's what it is, and that's how it's staying. Period. Point blank. I tried to find a bunch of stuff for you guys to. Me and Shrimp were working on some stuff for you guys to see if you guys can have some variation, and especially the hairstyles. I know it's quite a lot, like 15 different hairstyles. It's amazing. But I'm not gonna go into it. I'm sorry. You can keep it moving.
Like I said, I tried to help give you guys some stuff to play with. The female thing was starting to piss me off. You guys kept asking. I was tempted just to say no, hell no to it entirely, but I'm like, I've got Shrimp here. I'll have him go through with Dalvin and take care of it. Alright, let me go ahead and get this skit fest on as best I can. So, 371, you had another question? Uh, 371?
Oh, sorry. I heard someone talking about before, the Canine Marshal or Marshal Canine.
Yes, Sheldon has opted up to help me with that, with trying to lead in that too, because the fact is I just had no time, even real life, and making sure I kept up the policies and keeping up with everybody. So he has offered to straight up talk with Wolfie and see what we can do about making something that's straight with that.
Yep. We're in the process of it now. We're hoping to have something out by next week. We've already got the tags and stuff set up in Discord. It will be a qualification within U.S. Marshal. But yeah, Wolfie and I are working through that right now. Once I get trained up on it, I'll start off as a K9 FTO, and then we'll train from there.
All right, thank you.
Yep. So there's gonna be some special certs that are gonna be inside of the U.S. Marshal Services. So you have a lot of options you can go into, like a lot of the DNR, like you have dirt bike cert, boat cert, and all that. There's gonna be a tax cert and a K9 cert in here. So be advised, like I said, it's only gonna be K9. U.S. Marshals are only gonna be the handlers. The K9s are meant to be the dogs. So if you need more information, Sheldon doesn't mind answering questions on those if you have them as well. All right, shooters. 512, go ahead.
Okay, the last question. You were talking about the vehicles and etc. Is it, as I can know, you're still working on the livery for the Cadillac and etc. I mean, for the Suburban, but is it gonna be a optional case like in the Victoria for the new vehicles and for the supervisor vehicle? Because we are still most of the transporting and helping on the transporting suspects. So there should be a cage on the new vehicles too, to be honest.
Here's the problem with that. The server is semi-serious, so in my book, there's people that are like, oh, you can't pit if you don't have a ram bar, you can't transport if you don't have a cage. I generally don't care if I have a cage or a ram bar, because they're already in double hinged handcuffs. They're not. It's not like they're gonna be able to go around and choke you out with it. You can't really move too easily in double hinged. They're a lot more stricter and they keep your wrists super close to you, so that is making it super hard to get out of either moving them. And they obviously can't do anything when they're in handcuffs anyway. So,
Okay, that's it. Thank you.
any other questions? Anything question for the tax cert or the canine cert for Sheldon? I'll ask you questions now or future. You're just gonna have to message up the chain. Alrighty. Thank you guys for showing up to the first mandatory meeting of the U.S. Marshal Services. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, please contact the chain of command to be able to get it taken care of, and we're gonna get this all done with and taken care of. Thank you guys.